Well, ladies and gentlemen, what is a sleeper? When car guys term a sleeper is a car which has a big powerful engine under the hood, which is packing a lot of horsepower. But that's any other performance car, right? Well, the sleeper tag comes in when the said car and its external appearance, it doesn't give you any hint of what's lurking underneath. And well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the new generation E-Class. But wait, we have driven the new E-Class almost 6 months ago when the 6th generation landed here in India, right? Well, here's the explanation. That was the E200. It has a 2-liter 4-cylinder petrol engine under the hood that makes around 200 bhp and 320 Nm. It is rear-wheel drive only, and it can clock 0 to 100 km per hour time in little over 8 seconds. Now, the E-Class right off the launch, it is available with a diesel as well, with a similar output in the 220D guys. And what we have here today with us is not your regular E-Class. But wait, don't get too excited. This is not the E63 AFG, because if it was, you would know, and I would be able to hold my gigas if it was the E63. But what we have here is the range topper, costing over 17 lakh rupees more than the E200 we drove previously. This one, it wears a E450 badge at the back. But does this one qualifies to be a sleeper then? Well, that's what you and I will be finding out then throughout the course of this video. You're watching Car and Bike. I'm Bilal, requesting you to subscribe to the Car and Bike YouTube channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon as well so that you can be notified every time we put out a new entertaining video such as this one. Now let me tell you more about this E450 and its powertrain. Now, under the long bonnet of this E-Class sits a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine. Now, this one is a straight 6. Yes, there is a 6-cylinder engine under the bonnet. It puts out close to 387 bhp and 500 Nm. Now, it is paired to a 9-speed automatic. That's the standard gearbox Mercedes follows in all the cars, but power is sent to the 4-matic all-wheel drive system. Now, 0 to 100 km per hour clean time is 4.5 seconds. Now, to give you a perspective, this one produces almost 170 bhp more than the E200 we drove before. And it is quick as well, which means to give you more perspective, it is as quick as a Nissan 370Z Nismo. In fact, it is also quicker than the 718 Cayman in the standard guise. One more cars to be named which the E450 can keep up. Well, the Alpine A110S, the European sports car. You can also keep up with the Jaguar F-Type rear-wheel drive and some of the American muscle cars on sale in America right now. This one, it can keep up with that. But is this a proper driver's car? Well, it is fast for the starters. The single-scroll turbocharger, it is ready on the time. The moment you plant your feet on the accelerator pedal, it feels like the turbocharger is electronically controlled. More importantly, the sub 5-second acceleration run, it is quite believable because the 500 Nm of twisting force, it is quite a lot. It is felt the moment you try to ring the engine, and the engine, it does have a lot of top load down as well. But there's no vibrations at all. It feels refined, it feels smooth, and the 9-speed automatic gearbox, it's free from any jerks and it's very refined. In fact, you barely feel any of the upshifts or downshifts no matter what speeds you're doing. And well, the squat position that the E450 assumes before it lifts off, it just shows or proves how intense the horsepower is under the hood. But there's no denying the fact that the E450, it is a large, heavy sedan, and it does become apparent. Now, this E450, it needs to be pointed out that it will be bought by the fat cats sitting at the back to be chauffeured between one meeting to another. They won't care about the all-wheel drive setup, which reduces the understeer and enhances the grip when tackling a corner. They won't even bother when at the red light GP, this one can smoke almost anything standing out there next to it. This is a fat, hefty sedan that can crunch the minions the same way the owner sitting at the back does in the respective fields. Sadly, no. This is not a driver's car that you'd want it to be. Because this one, it doesn't feel as eager or light on its feet as say the C-Class does. Now we have driven the C300 and it has a 300, which means it is less powerful than this one. But that one, it feels more agile, it feels more light, and it feels more eager. This one, its entire weight is felt because the E-Class, it has matured a lot. In fact, you can call it a baby S-Class, right? And when you do that, it is comparable to the uncle who is trying to fit in the newer generation wearing a hip t-shirt and a larger sneakers. But it says no denying the fact that the uncle is a mature person with a mature mentality. The E450, it's more mature now. With a bigger engine, it is here to make your commute swifter rather than thrilling. It can easily sit at triple-digit speeds now and can overtake at will. But it's not here to give an adrenaline rush to the driver at all. Now, apart from the engine, which is, as I mentioned earlier, is smooth, refined, vibration-free at any speeds and quite responsive too, the overall hardware, it largely remains unchanged over the E200. Now, I still wish the E-Class came with a better set of tires and a bit more grippier ones which are more silent as well. The steering, it does feel light and easy at low speed, but I wish it was a bit more communicative as well. The ride isn't too bad either. It absorbs most irregularities without a bother. The gearbox too is smooth and quick shifting and free from any lags or jerks. Now at the end of the day, this powertrain, it's a fitting powertrain for taking the fat cat home in utmost comfort and rather quickly after cracking numerous beatings all day. But I also wish that fat cat could actually make use of this powertrain by taking the occasional cruises in and around town or to their favorite destination if and when the tide permits.
And then there's the styling. Where the E200 which we drove earlier, it looked quite stately, this one is even more so. The 450 badge, it brings with it the AMG line kit. Now this isn't exactly the full-fledged AMG kit that you get in the E63, but this one, it still looks good. You get a big flared up bumper up front which has a larger air intakes. At the back you have fake exhaust tips done up in chrome. Not necessary, but they do look good. And on the side, you get this AMG line-specific 18-inch alloy wheels, which we also saw in the C300. They are not, again, as I said, large and imposing, but they do still mean business. That said, not much has changed over the 200 inside the cabins. You get inside and you're still welcomed by this large, spacious, and rather a very bargain S-Class looking cabin. You get ample amount of space, but you're spending over a crore here. That gets you a piano black finish on the center console up front, a few features on the inside, but I wish the second row it could have gotten a bit more lavish. I wish it had a rear entertainment screen, the seats they could have gotten a massage function, and there could have been a tablet provided here, if not the rear screen, but that's not the case. So, ladies and gentlemen, is the Mercedes-Benz E450 a sleeper? Well, honestly, in one word, it's not. Sure, it has a lot of horsepower under this big bonnet, and on the outside, it doesn't look like it will smoke a two-door sports coupe. But can it? Well, I think not. Firstly, because it is large, stately, and heavy. And despite offering a bigger engine, it hasn't given up on all the comfort it can offer the rear seat occupant, who will be buying this car for their quick commutes from the office to the office and then to work and then to office. And seldom will it see the owner enjoying this engine doing drag races or canyon runs whenever the time permits. Well, what is it then? Well, it is a dying breed in my opinion, because there are not a lot of straight six engine on sale out here in India right now. So if you can actually buy the E450 over the standard E-Class, which will definitely give you more entertainment behind the wheel, well, I think you should. After all, as petrol heads, it is our sole responsibility to conserve these last of its kind species. And that's all for me in this video. If you liked it, do hit that like button and share this video to those who's looking to buy a luxurious sedan and want something with a performance pedigree underneath. And if you have any other questions regarding the E450, do write them down in the comment section below, and I promise we will answer them all personally. And that's all from me in this video. This is Bilal signing off. Until next time.